Chapter 1. From Failure to Fortune. When Lina opened her eyes, she found herself in an extravagant but dilapidated noble mansion. Dusty curtains, broken furniture, and a maid with an exhausted expression greeted her. Then she saw the mirror. Curly red hair, a frail, underfed face, eyes filled with hopelessness. Her stomach sank. She was in the body of Marianne Verlain. Wait, isn't she the pathetic side character from that novel? The one who was bullied, abandoned, and died poor? In Eternal Bonds, Marianne was the daughter of a fallen noble family. Mocked for her ugly fashion sense, bad investments, and foolish attempts to gain the attention of the male leads, she was humiliated in every route. By the end, she was either exiled, imprisoned, or died in debt. But now, Lina wasn't going to let that happen. If love can't save me, money will. Chapter 2. The Birth of an Entrepreneur. Step 1. Flip the script. Instead of chasing noble status or magical power, Lina decided to break into business. She scoured the mansion, found old financial records, and realized something shocking. The Verlain estate sat on valuable trade routes, yet no one had ever capitalized on it. Marianne's father, a foolish noble, never expanded beyond his old family traditions. He ignored the rise of commerce in favor of outdated nobility. Lina's solution? Invest, expand, dominate. She bought struggling farmland and turned it into textile production. She struck secret deals with foreign merchants to import spices and silk. She opened the first chain of high-end boutiques in the capital, revolutionizing fashion. And the best part? She used modern knowledge from her past life to introduce luxury marketing. Why let nobles dictate trends when I can create them? Soon, Marianne Verlain was no longer a joke. She was a rising empire. Chapter 3. The Jealousy of the Main Characters. As Marianne's success grew, the main characters started noticing, the heroine, Evelyn Grace. Originally, Evelyn was the saint-like commoner who won the hearts of the male leads. But now, her dresses were out of fashion, her influence was shrinking, and Marianne's business empire overshadowed her entirely. She tried to accuse Marianne of corruption, but the noble council sided with Marianne because half of them invested in her businesses. Crown Prince Adrian once ignored Marianne as a background character. But now, he saw her success. He invited her to royal events, intrigued by her wit and confidence. But Marianne didn't care. She wasn't going to chase a prince when she could buy her own kingdom. Duke Alexander, the cold rival. Originally one of Evelyn's love interests, he looked down on useless nobles. But when Marianne outsmarted him in a business deal, his interest was piqued. He tried to challenge her to a duel. She countered by buying out his family's debt. Why fight with swords when I can win with money? The Knight Commander, Leon. The noble knight originally pitied Marianne, but when he saw her handling negotiations, managing industries, and building wealth, he was in awe. He confessed his admiration, but Marianne simply handed him a contract to become her personal bodyguard instead. Romance? That's cute. But have you heard of investments? Chapter 4. Beating them all with money. The noble society that once mocked Marianne was now desperate to gain her favor. She controlled the flow of fashion, spices, banking, and even housing in the capital. Kings, dukes, and princes had no choice but to negotiate with her. Even the novel's original villain, a corrupted noble who once had her exiled, found himself ruined when she bought out all his land and had him legally evicted. At her final royal ball, the main characters watched as she arrived in a custom-designed gown made of imported silk, lined with jewels, and escorted by her personal security. "You're not the same Marianne Verlain," Crown Prince Adrian whispered. "No," she smirked. "I'm richer." As they all stared at her, filled with jealousy, admiration, and awe, Marianne simply took a sip of the world's finest wine, imported from her own vineyards, and lived happily ever after,